Shabbos. Oy, 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 oy. Oy, 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 Shabbos. Oy, 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 oy. Ay, 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 ay. Yay, 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 yay. Yay, 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 yay. Yay, 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 yay. We are going to start our service on page 129 with Yedid Nefesh.
Yedid Nefesh of Haragamon, Yedid Nefesh of Haragamon, Meshogav Decha, Eretz Zonecha, Meshogav Decha. Lai, 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 Eretz Zonecha.
Yarutz Abdecha Kemo Ayad Ishtachave Yarai Rai Yarai Rai 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 Emadarecha Yedid Nefesh Averachama Yedid Nefesh Averachama Meshochavecha Eretz Zonecha Yarai Meshochavecha Yarai Rai 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 Eretz Zonecha Yarutz Abdecha Kemo Ayad Ishtachave Yarai Rai Yarai Rai Rai Emuladarecha. As we welcome this Shabbat, we are going to light Shabbat candles. I'd like to invite Sarah Douglas to lead us in the blessing for Shabbos candles that you can find on page 120. I invite you to rise as we do the blessing for the candles. Now together. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu להדליק נר, להדליק נר של שבת. May the light of this Shabbos candle bring light to our lives. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. You may be seated. In Jewish tradition, Shabbat symbolizes the loving presence of God in our lives, the loving gift of God to us. So we traditionally start Shabbat services singing from the Song of the Songs on page 129, Ani ledodi bedodi li. I am, of my beloved, and my beloved is mine.
דודי לי ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. דודי לי ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. מצוות עולם מן המדבר, מצוות עולם מן המדבר.
מקוטרת מור, מור ולבונה, מור ולבונה. דודי לי ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. דודי לי אני לא הרואה בשושנים.
ליבבתיני אחותי חלה, אחותי חלה. אורי צפון ובואי תימן. דודי לי אני לא הרואה בשושנים.
דודי לי אני לא הרואה בשושנים. דודי לי ואני לא הרואה בשושנים. דודי לי אני לא הרואה בשושנים. We come with joy to welcome Shabbat. We turn our Sidurim to page 130. לכו נעננה לאדוני.
לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני.
לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני.
נריע, נריע, לצור ישנו נקדמה פניו בתודה. נריע, נריע, לצור ישנו בזמירות נריע לו. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. נריע, נריע, לצור ישנו נקדמה פניו בתודה. נריע, נריע, לצור ישנו בזמירות נריע לו. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני. לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה, לכו נרננה לאדוני.
We turn our Sidurim to page 134. זמרו לאדוני.
זמרו לאדוני בכינור, בכינור וכל זמרה, בחצוצרות וכל שופר. הריעו לפני המלך אדוני. הרים יהללנו לפני אדוני כי בא לשפוט הארץ ישפוט תבל בצדק ואמין במישרים אף יחד הרים יהללנו אף יחד הרים יהללנו.
Our tradition compares Lechadodi, Shabbat, with a bride. So every Shabbat we undertake the challenge to go out and to welcome the bride, the queen, the sacredness of the seventh day. And we think about Lechadodi as going up on stairs, climbing stairs. I have said that many times, but it doesn't change the exercise. It's the same exercise every Friday. We take a moment and we try to recognize where we are and what we need to find in order to climb the stairs of sacredness, of those things that we want to focus on. So as we go into Lechadodi, I want to invite you to take a moment to think about where you are and actually where you want to be, where you spiritually, emotionally want to be this Shabbat. Where shall your journey take you toward? Just take one moment. Lechadodi likrat kala. We are going to change the key.
Sounds good.
I have an E minor here, but I'm sure it can't be an E minor. It's such a high go. It can't be an E minor. It should be something like a B minor or a C minor, right, Michael? So you know, a part of also understanding how to go up is realizing where you are and where you should be, right? So it's totally a B minor or a C minor? A B minor. Okay, it's a B minor.
Slicha.
I get it. No, Gabi was kind enough to write down the lineup because we couldn't print.
But I wrote it so fast.
Apparently there was a mistake here. So thank you anyway, Gabi. That's totally it. Lechadodi likrat kala v'neshama
nekabela Lechadodi likrat kala v'neshabat nekabela
Lechadodi likrat kala Shabbat lekabela, Lechadodi likrat kala. אחד, אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה.
לך
דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה,
פני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה, כי מאחורה ברכה, מראש מקדם נסוכה.
סוף מעשה במחשב מתחילה. לך דודי, לך דודי, דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך ומיורי, אורי, אורי, שיר דברי, כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי, דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה,
פני שבת נקבלה. לא תבושי ולא תקלמי, מה תשתוכחי ומה תהמי, אך יחסו עניי עמי, ונבנית העיר אל תירא. לך דודי,
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
בואי ושלום אדרת בלם, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמונך סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי, דודי, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. We just sang, it's already, wake up. Wake up. I know it's 8 p.m., but wake up. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. It's fantastic to see you. And you know what? It's so fantastic to see you that you might say Shabbat Shalom to each other. You even can stand up and reach out to each other and take 1 minute to say good Shabbat, Shabbat Shalom. And I will say Shabbat Shalom to you again.
Shabbat Shalom.
Or you can even take 2 minutes.
Shabbat Shalom.
So you know each other. Shabbat Shalom again. Asa, you know everyone.
No, I just...
Shabbat Shalom.
My area.
Such a popular. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbos, Shabbos. One more psalm before we turn from Kabbalat Shabbat into Ma'arif, Arbit Shel Shabbat, at the bottom of page 140. 140. Tzaddik Katamar.
צדיק אתה המר יפרח כארז בלבנון יזכה שתולים בבית אדוני בחצרות אלוהינו יפריחו אורון ינובון ושלווה דשנים רעננים יהיו להגים כי ישר אדוני צורי ולא הפלטה בו.
On page 144. יתגדל ויתקדש שברבה
אמן.
ועלווה ויברח ילותה וימליך מלכותה
בחייכון וביומכון וחיי תכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב
ואמרו
אמן. יהי שמירה במבורך לעולם ולעולם והוויה יתברך.
יתברך וישתבח יתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שבת הקודשה
בריחו
לילה מן כל מלכתה ושירתה
תושבחתה ונחמתה תמיד רענה ואמרו אמן.
אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. ברוך אדוני המבורך לעולם ועד. You may be seated. Please join me on page 148. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, ruler of the universe,
who speaks the evening into being, skillfully opens the gates, thoughtfully alters the time and changes the seasons, and arranges the stars and their heavenly courses according to plan. You are creator of day and night, rolling light away from darkness and darkness from light, transforming day into night and distinguishing one from the other. Adonai Tsebaot is your name. Ever-living God, may you reign continually over us into eternity. Blessed are you, Adonai, who brings on evening. Baruch atah Adonai, hama'arif aravim.
our siddurim to page 150, and as we get closer to the Shema, we start thinking about an everlasting love, Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha ahavta, Amcha ahavta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, Otanu limadeta. Agel Adonai Eloheinu b'shochbenu u'bekumenu nasiach bechukecha v'nismach b'divrei toratecha ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד. כי הם חיינו לאורך ימינו, ובהם נגה יומם ולילה, נגה יומם ולילה. מאהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים. ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל, אוהב עמו
Turn the page and to close your eyes. Shema Yisrael,
Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
On page 154.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך, ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך. למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. אמת ממונה כל סוד וקיים עלינו, כי הוא אדוני אלוהינו, ואין זולתו, ואנחנו ישראל עמו. We continue with the silent reading on pages 156, or alternatively on page 157. עבדנו מיד מלאכים מלכנו גואלנו מכפון עצים, עוסק דלו חקר ונפלאות מספר, אשר חיים ונותן לעמוד רגלינו, עשה לנו ניסים בפרעות, ודבר אליכם, ויוצא את עמו ישראל מתוך החולות, עולם בראו בנגולתו ושמחו, יגור לשמו, חוטו ורצו לכלנו, ים לזה שכוח. When your children witness your presence, they praise your name in gratitude, and they accepted your sovereignty. Moshe, Miriam, and all Bnei Israel sang to you together, lifting their voices with joy. Who is like you, O God? Mi chamocha ve'elim Adonai.
באלים אדוני, מי כמוך נהדר בקודש, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה, נורא תהילות אוסף אלה.
מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה מרים, סהליאנו ואמרו, סהליאנו ואמרו. מלכותך ראו בניך, בוקע ים לפני משה מרים, סהליאנו ואמרו, סהליאנו ואמרו. אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. Thus it is said, Adonai redeemed Jacob from a hand stronger than his own. Praise are you, Adonai, for redeeming Israel. Baruch atah Adonai, Gaal Israel. I invite you to turn your Sidurim to page 677. Cross your fingers. I hope.
It is.
We don't have it written now. So, after the blessing for redemption, after Michamocha, we try to think about those places that bring shelter to our lives. Sukkot, shelters of peace.
Oh, guide my steps and help me find my way. I need your shelter now. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps, and help me make each day a song of praise to you. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps. Oh, guide my steps and help me find my way. I need your shelter now. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps, and help me make each day a song of praise to you.
עלינו סוכת שלומך.
Rock me in your arms, guide my steps, and help me make each day a song of praise to you. Rock me in your arms, guide my steps, guide my steps, and help me find my way. I need your shelter now. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps, and help me make each day a song of praise to you. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps. Uflos aleinu sukat shelomecha. Uflos aleinu sukat shelomecha. Baruch atah Adonai, הפורש סוכת שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל ועל כל ירושלים. Blessed are you, Adonai, whose shelter of peace is spread over us, over your people Israel, and over your holy city, Jerusalem. We turn our Sidurim to page. We go back. All the Sidurim back.
162.
Wow, you're way faster than me, Gabi. That's what happened with young people, right? And as we think about multiple generations, we think about the generations of Israel that kept Shabbat as a part of their lives and led Shabbat to keep them alive. Shamru b'nei Israel et Shabbat. We are on page 162. Shamru b'nei Israel et Shabbat. La'asot et Shabbat לדורותם ברית עולם. ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ ואת הארץ וביום השביעי וביום השביעי שבת ויהי נפש. יאי די 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 די. Please rise. יאי די 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 די. יאי די 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 די. יאי די 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 די. ay da 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 da. On page 164.
Adonai, שפתי תפתח ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your
invite you to continue with Filat Amidah in silence, and you can follow the words of our tradition, or you can take a moment for yourself for silent meditation, for a conversation with your soul. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיים את אימת הרב להושיע, בחיים בחסד, מחיים את אימת הרב. חדש, חדש, חדש. יהיו לרצון אמרי פי, בהגיון ליבי, לפניך אדוני צורי וגואלי. May the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart be acceptable to you, Adonai, my rock and my redeemer. We are at the bottom of page 180.
Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, Shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru, amen. Ay, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la. Yosef Shalom bimromav, hu ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'al kol yoshvei tevel, ve'imru.
Making peace with the same energy that we sing Oseh Shalom. We turn our Siddurim now to page 371. At this point of our service, we take a moment to think about those that are dealing with illness in their bodies, in their souls, those that are dealing with addictions. And if you have a name that you'd like to remind in this evening of Shabbat, please do so as I point in your direction. We think about all those that we brought their names with our voices, and we also think about those that we brought in our hearts. On page 371, Mishe Berach. wish to all of them refuah shlema ve'achlama meira, a complete and a fast recovery. You can say amen. Good Shabbos, everyone. So, do you know what Torah portion we are reading this week? By gosh. Thank you. I actually have no paper, so I don't know why I'm doing this. But it's just, we have traditions. It's quite impressive how many things we do, because that's how we do things. We just do them. So, thinking about the way we do things, I want to start by remembering a little bit what is this Torah portion about. So, what's happening in this Torah portion? Joseph is good. It's like 90% of the story. Now, what else? Good. So there's a scene. That's perfect. There's a scene. Joseph is standing like in a bima in front of his siblings, his brothers, that came to Egypt because they were looking for, yes, they weren't looking for Joseph, they were looking for food. And the reason they weren't looking for Joseph is, they also threw him into a pit and sold him and almost killed him. And then they told their father that he actually was killed, right? By fierce and terrible animals. Now, Joseph remembers and he recognizes them. Now, they can't even think about Joseph being that powerful person who is receiving them in Egypt. But Joseph remembers. Now, making a long story short, it's because I want to extend somewhere else. And making a long story short, basically, at some point, Joseph reveals, at least you got it right all the time, reveals himself to his siblings. Now, what happens to the siblings? They are very afraid. They are very afraid because they know that they behaved terribly, and they see now this powerful man that is surrounded by guards, who is almost a pharaoh in Egypt, and this powerful man is their brother, Joseph, who they throw into a pit. They threw into a pit. Now, Joseph recognizes that and says, don't be afraid. He starts by crying. He says, don't you recognize me? It's me, it's Joseph. And he starts by crying. And then he goes straight to the point. Is Dad alive? Is he alive, yes or not? And they say yes. And he says basically, guys, you got to move. You got to do relocation. He says, 2 of the 7 years of famine has passed, but we have ahead 5 very difficult years. And you are going to be hungry. But if you come with me, and you stay with me, you're going to be just fine. So come, go, pick up that, and come back. And you know what? Don't even bother to bring your stuff, because I provide you everything. Now, they're in shock. They're in shock because it's Joseph. And the last time that they saw him was when they threw him into a pit. And they're in shock because Joseph, he's somewhere else. He's mentally somewhere else, telling them, guys, you got to move. We have no time. So the brothers, again, making a long story short, but the Torah also makes it quite short, okay? The Torah makes it in like 15 sentences. They make a relocation for like 1,000 people. I don't know. I am moving this weekend. And you know, thinking about moving. This Torah portion is about moving, and we are going to talk about moving. I don't know. To the Torah, it's like 15 minutes. For us, it's like 500 boxes. Like they are moving from Beersheba to Egypt. Okay, we are moving from Brea to Brea with a truck and 300 things. But they just move. Now the siblings go, and they go with this very interesting task. The task is just take what you really need and nothing else, because I'm going to provide you with everything. And you know, because I'm moving now, one of the things that you think about when you are moving is if you want to carry all the things that you have. So you take a look and you start to realize that you are carrying some things that you want to hold tight, that you want to have with you forever. because they're so important to you. But you also realize that you are carrying so many irrelevant things, so much trash, so much stuff that I said trash, I actually meant trash. And you say stuff, I say trash, fine. But so many things that you don't really need. You don't really need, you even don't really want. They're just there. Because actually, cleaning up and recognizing what are those things that you don't want to carry anymore is quite challenging. It's not easy. And by this point, I guess that you understand that I'm not talking just about physical things. That's exactly what we do with our lives. We carry stuff. We don't ask many questions. We have big properties, especially here in California, but now we have big properties. We have years of life, we have lots of experiences, and we have with us lots of very important things that define who we are, but also lots of irrelevant things, lots of trash. And the opportunity that moving opens for all of us, and this Torah portion is about moving, and you will see soon that there are a couple of things that go in the same line, is to ask yourself, what are those things that you want to have with you? What are the things that you want to carry? But now the siblings come to Jacob, and they say, Dad, we got to move. We got to move. Jacob is old. He doesn't want to move anywhere. And they say, we got to move. Joseph is alive. And all of a sudden, everything changes. Jacob says the Torah portion, Ruach Chaim Chasra elav. The spirit of life came back to him. All of a sudden, when this old father hears about the fact that his son, his very dear son, is alive, moving becomes just a detail. It's not such a big deal. He doesn't need to pack. He's ready. He's ready to do relocation. Because sometimes there are values that help us move in our lives, and they make things very clear. But for that, we need to understand what's important to us. On the other hand, the Torah makes sure that we all get it straight, and they say, well, you can move to Egypt, again, moving from Eretz Israel, from the land of Israel, to Egypt, to the Golah. Years later, it's going to be forbidden by the Jewish law. The Torah makes a clear statement, because of the famine, you can move. So Jacob has two very good reasons. There is a famine, and he's the leader of the Jewish people, so he needs to make a tough decision. And sometimes tough decisions, they have to do with our needs. They have to do with our ability to recognize our needs, our failures, and the possibility to envision a future. And on the other hand, he has a very important promise. His son is there. He has an important value, a very good reason to move. So when you think about this Torah portion, there is a group of Israelites, the children of Jacob, that are all moving with their wives, with their servants, with their animals. They're a bunch of people. And the motivation is one. When you think about Jacob moving, the motivations are a bit different. Now, what about Joseph? Is he moving? He's in Egypt. He stays in Egypt, right? He's in Mitzrayim. He's the only one who's not moving, right? I want to say that's not right. I want to say that Joseph is the first one who moves. And here is the thing. And the very interesting thing, every time that we start thinking about the high holidays, and Yom Kippur, David, we had a conversation about this specific thing years ago, about Joseph. Wow. We were younger, David. And about this idea, and we spoke about Joseph. We spoke about this idea that the greatness of Joseph has to do with the fact that he forgives when he's not even asked for forgiveness. He's able to forgive his siblings who even don't recognize him. They never say, I'm sorry, or we are sorry, or we totally got it wrong. Sorry, Joseph, let's be friends. No, but he forgives. So the major move is done by Joseph, who has the spiritual ability to move on. Has the spiritual ability to move on. And that's quite of a challenge, because we are also so busy carrying grudges and anger and trash that we don't need in our lives. And we strive so much to recognize those things that we are carrying and to say, this is a necessary weight. We don't need this anymore. So in Parashat Vayigash, as we think about the children of Israel and Joseph, all of them moving, we think about the value of moving in front of the value of being stuck. And we understand that sometimes the only possibility that we have in order to return Ruach Chaim, the spirit of life, to our life experience is by being able to move. So each of us in different places, we might be stuck somewhere. So this Torah portion is a great opportunity and a great invitation to recognize what you don't need to carry anymore and to move on. Shabbat Shalom. Let's open our Siddur on page 586 for Aleinu Leshabeach.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות, ולא זמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
You may be seated. At this point of our service, we take a moment to recognize mourners among our community. If you are during the first 7 days of mourning, please rise. If you are during the first 30 days of mourning, Shloshim, please rise. Remind us.
We finally got him buried. My uncle Julius Leitner, and we had a wonderful service this week at the VA Cemetery. I appreciate it, and it was beautiful.
Thank you, Laila. You know that in Jewish tradition, we start to count days of mourning since the moment that the person is buried. So you are actually during the first 7 days. Totally confusing. You need to wait. If you are during the cycle of the first year of mourning, please rise and remind us who you are remembering.
My mother-in-law, Doreen Overgain. My friend in Minnesota.
Mm-hmm. If you have a yahrzeit this week, please rise and remind us who you are remembering. Michael? We also remember all those that were killed 6 years ago in Connecticut, in Sandy Hook. Now you can support our fellows by standing or sitting, joining us with your voices and your hearts for Mourners Kaddish on page 598. יתגדל ויתקדש שם רבה, בעלמה דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בעגלה ובזמן קריב, באמרו אמן. יאש מרבה מבורך לעולם ולמלמיה, יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל שמי קודשה, לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, ואמירם בעלמה באמרו אמן. יאש למה רבה מן שמיה, בחיים טובים עלינו ועל כל ישראל, באמרו אמן. עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום. May the memories of your dear ones be for a blessing. Zichronam lebracha. You may be seated. So, just one important piece of information for those that are interested. Tomorrow we'll have Christine Wetner, who is the Assistant Director of Camp Newman, presenting the URJ camps in California, in Southern California and in Northern California. She's coming all the way from the north, from Northern California, and she's the daughter-in-law of Georgetta and Erwin Wedner. So they are very proud, and we are excited to have her presenting our camps. I can tell you that that camp is one of the most formative and transformative Jewish experiences that we can offer to our children. So even if you don't have children in that age, I invite you to come and to learn a little bit about camp and to help children to make it to camp. And also, an interesting thing is that we actually at TBT have a culture of supporting grandchildren that go to camps. When I was in Camp Newman in the summer, I went with I was asked by several members of the congregation to reach out to their grandchildren that they were in camp during the 2 weeks, the 10 days that I was there, and they were actually supporting their presence there. So it's a wonderful thing, it's a wonderful mitzvah, it's a wonderful way to support Jewish education and to expand our Jewish family. So come and learn about our camps. They are terrific. And I can tell you also as the father of a camper, I grew up in a camp, and I always knew that my children were going to be campers. But this year it happened, and it was very different, and it was very, and I can tell you that the efforts that we make here to provide the best Jewish education to our children at Temple Beth Tikvah, they are multiplied when you combine them with having them at camp. It's such a powerful experience. So come and learn about it. It's going to be tomorrow at 4 p.m. during our happy hour, and then we are going to have Havaya Ba'erev, and afterwards Avdallah. And then for the next 2 weeks, Habaya, our religious school, is going to be in a break, so don't come to religious school. Good. I want to remind 2 other things that are happening, and I think that you need to know. We have a wonderful delegation piling to consultation on conscience. We have already 12 people from TBT coming to consultation. No, 13. I'm not counting you. Not counting you. You're coming, right? Yeah. So it's 10 also? Yeah, you signed up already? I didn't get any update. So, Kwakabod, fantastic. So we might be already 14. And if you want to learn a little bit about consultation, ask Alice. or talk to me, but ask Alice. Alice is going to be more explicative than myself. And it's a great opportunity to learn about the connection between Judaism and social justice, but also to think about how we are going to transform our community through social action and social justice. We are making huge steps, and we want to make even bigger steps. 2 more things. We are moving forward with also with our delegation to Letaken. We are going to be traveling with our teens from 9th grade to 12th grade on March 1st to March 4th. So we encourage parents and grandparents to support their children to come with us. And our trip to Israel is almost confirmed for teenagers for June 18th to June 29th. So I encourage you to learn about this initiative. There are wonderful things that are happening at Temple Beth Tikvah. And with all that said, I want to invite you to open your Sidurim on page 142. Gabi, you're doing so well. You know, I live in the 40-something. It's 140-something, and, you know, I check it, and you actually know. You actually know. That's fantastic. As we start to move toward Kiddush, please rise. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Asharet, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Oy, 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 voechem leshalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Birchuni leshalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Oy, oy, birchuni leshalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzedchem leshalom, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei Shalom, Malachei Elyon, Melech Malchei Amlachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Please raise your caps. בערב בבוקר יום השישי, ויחול השמיים בארץ בכל צבם, ויחל אלוהים ביום השביעי מלאכתו אשר עשה, וישבות ביום השביעי מכל מלאכתו אשר עשה, ויברך אלוהים את יום השביעי, ויקדש אותו, כי בו שבת מכל מלאכתו אשר ברא אלוהים לעשות. Please raise your cups. סברי חבריי וחברותיי, לחיים. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם אשר זכותה ורצה בנו בשבת קודשו באהבה וברצון חילנו זיכרון
מעשה פרשי יום תחילה וקורא קודש
שחר ליציאת מצרים קיוונו בחרת אותנו קידשת מכל עמים בשבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחתנו.
ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש
לחיים.
לחיים.
Let's do a motzi. So let's do the blessing and then we are going to deliver the challah. Just let's raise the challah without the cover. Now we can see halot. Just you raise it. Look at what a strong lady you are. You are so. פותח את ידיך ומשביע לכל חי רצון, ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם, עורף
המוציא לחם מן הארץ. He's tired. בתי אבות, so am I.
I told you the Torah moves in 10 sentences. We in 150,000 boxes. So it's been interesting. יש מרע שבת, Shabbat Shalom everyone.
כי יש מרע שבת,
ישמרני, אותי לעוד ביד, בינו וביני, אותי לעוד ביד, בינו וביני, כי יש מרע שבת, אל ישמרני, כי יש מרע שבת, אל ישמרני, אותי לעוד ביד, בינו וביני, אותי לעוד ביד, בינו וביני. Shabbat Shalom everyone. כי יש מרע שבת, אל ישמרני, כי יש מרע שבת, אל ישמרני, אותי לעוד ביד, בינו וביני, אותי לעוד ביד, בינו וביני, כי יש מרע שבת, אל ישמרני, כי יש מרע שבת, אל ישמרני, אותי לעוד ביד, בינו וביני. I saw you, Crystalline.